Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another horrific game. Today I'm joined once again by the fine folks at Brotherhood of Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales, as we take part in the next session of the Draconis Trilogy, an alien RPG created by Free League Games. Before I hand you over to our host, I'd just like to remind you to show your support to our guest streamers by subscribing to their platforms and following their works. Links are in the description. And with that, I hand you over to our game mother. Dialogue, what is the score? What have we been up to? Have we been good or bad? Are we on the nice or naughty list?
Well, it's the thing is, I'm trying to remember what we were exactly doing. So I have a bit of a recap. I've tried to piece together. If the hold on a minute, let me turn it down. I can back off of Twitch. So if you spot anything that I may have missed, please feel free to jump in. But anyway, so the Katerina, which was carrying the science team, crashed into the Erebus station. No one on the station has been answering comms. There are plasma fires raging out of control across several decks. Numerous PDT signals from crew and inmates are still active throughout the station, many clustered in large groups in hydroponics, the starboard hangar deck, the cell blocks, the lifeboat bay. On the medical deck, Dr. Harenstam was killed by a horrifically mutated crew member. His head beaten in upon the desk where he was working at a computer terminal, studying the station's science team's research. Captain Luger's synthetic, Mr. Gray, contacted the team, informing you that the temperature in the corrections module, where the Katerina's umbilical was attached, was rising at an alarming rate due to the out-of-control plasma fires, and the decision was made for Gray to temporarily detach the umbilical from the station so as to protect the ship. So desperate to uncover what exactly had happened, your team began exploring Erebus Station. Eventually decided to try and locate Warden Stryker in the corrections office on Deck F, back on the same deck where you originally boarded the station. But they found you found your path blocked by the sudden appearance of a huge starfish-like creature. So, doing the honourable thing and running away, you were forced to retreat. And attempted to find an alternate route via the lower decks, only to find that dangerously high radiation levels flooding several sections of the station, which are passable, safe to pass through with suitable compression suits. So, with little choice, you decided to circle back to Deck F. En route, you encountered the station's cat, which was carrying a squid-like creature in its mouth. Dropping the corpse at your feet, the cat watched as the seemingly dead creature sprang to life, propelling itself into a nearby vent. Then, yowling loudly, the cat proceeded to trot after you as you continued on, discussing how you might deal with the creature back down on the causeway on Deck F. But upon opening the door to the causeway, you were surprised to find that the creature was already dead, apparently killed with electroshock weapons. Nearby lay the mangled corpse of a dead correctional android. So it proceeded on and eventually to the correctional offices, where you finally met Warden Stryker, accompanied who had on staff still a cook, the station's cook, as well as several correctional androids. So Stryker seemed completely disinterested in your concerns about what was happening around the station. Instead, he was fixated on quelling the inmate uprising, particularly on bringing escaped convict Flo Wicks to justice, who was the ringleader. So he attempted to recruit your team to assist in suppressing the riot. So eventually you agreed, or at least on the surface, on the condition that Stryker was to help you in repairing the Katerina. But in truth, you had no intention of aiding the Warden's mission. Instead, you plan to gather what supplies and equipment you needed to repair the ship and get off the station. So, because Stryker thinks you're playing ball with him, he granted you access to the armory and the correctional officers, where you were tooled up with electroshock weapons, tear gas grenades, and the like, and then prepared to descend via junction J5 to deck G, heading, I believe, with the intention of heading towards Terminal 1, where you hope to find replacement batteries for the Katerina, as well as it being, from the viewing the security cameras in the bullpen, as well as it being the location of the meteoric mass that was the source of the Heselden lights that has been brought, at some stage, has been brought on board the station. So this, which is, like I said, the apparent source of the Heselden lights that you were initially sent here to study. And I don't believe we left it on a cliffhanger. I think that is pretty much where we left it. We were on route.
Yeah, we were just about to head out and
go down the stairs, weren't we? Down the ladders.
Yeah. So you were still. So you're currently in. Let me get the map. So you're on the correct place. You're currently here. I'll move the token over. So this is the ladder. I'll move that out of the way actually so we can see it. So this is the ladder. This is junction 5, which leads down to deck G. I can't remember if it goes up. Does it go up as well? Not that it really matters.
Doesn't look like there's like a little
no. So because these
looks like a set of ladders there, but that looks completely walled off.
What this?
No, you see here, just in between. If you look there, it looks as if there's a set of ladders between the two, but that looks solid.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just a door.
Yeah, that's the ladders, isn't
it? This is the ladders here.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no ladders above.
No.
No, so we're...
No. So it's just So the I think most of the junctions, these ladders, ladder access, these junction points are restricted to the corrections office and the floor. Basically, the areas where the prisoners are housed in the cells, and also the areas of the station where they would work. So the factory complex and things like that. But anyway, so you are here at junction 5, at the top of the ladder to junction 5, which leads down to deck G. So it's also worth mentioning there's John Hobbs, the cook, who you've kind of promised, or at least Sajid. How do I pronounce it again, Jake?
It's pronounced Sayad.
Sayad. So who? Well, I'm not sure how genuine he's been, but he'd been persuaded by the cook to come back and get him to rescue him, because he's not keen to stay behind, but he basically daren't leave.
Yeah,
because he thinks this is the only safe place.
He seemed to be fearful of joining us until we've secured the route.
Yeah, so, he wants a safe, to create a safe passage.
Yeah,
a safe corridor.
So he's no Steven Seagal.
Oh no, he's not.
Not at all. We're doomed.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we're doomed at all. That was quite a good meal that we ate.
He was a good cook. Yeah, that's something.
Let's thank the giant space worm and be on our way.
Factories first.
The worst comes to worst, he is a potential backup.
Worst comes to the worst, we can use him as a decoy.
Look, all I could say is the guy puts his money where his mouth is.
And of course, it's also worth mentioning that the cat, no, it doesn't follow you. The cat stays with the cook. And Cook makes a point of keeps berating the cat, accusing it of trying to gain the affections of somebody called Crash.
Mm.
Oh, I have it on good authority that the cat came back, so it's going to be fine. I shall lead and go down first. I suppose if
I think you better. You're the soldier, aren't you?
well, there's that. Yes.
Yeah, be careful though.
Yeah, just whoever has that Geiger counter thing on their suit,
that.
like, kind of stay close behind me.
That's me, isn't it?
I
yes,
believe it is. Yeah, Dr. Navarra.
The smartest one on this ship.
Is it?
Other than me.
What's the environment suit?
Is it? Is
Yeah,
it
that's just lit for the detection.
bright on deck G? Is it in darkness?
It's not in darkness. No, it's kind of like I believe most of the lighting is kind of standard. Yeah, there's no areas that are unlit as such.
Perfect.
I'll
that's
break it
fine.
down. I'll just I'll just ask the good Captain Syad. It looks like things are getting a little bit unhinged here. Do you possibly have any measures to ensure that nobody flies off of the ship apart from us, even if it gets repaired?
Well, measures?
Yes.
I'm looking at the weapons in my
We've
hands.
got loose prisoners. We've got a slightly deranged warden that didn't quite like the cut of his jib. There's every opportunity they might decide to help themselves to the ship after we get it repaired. Do you have any nautical tricks up your sleeve to prevent takeoff unless you authorize it?
Well, I believe that we've disengaged the airlock, if I remember, and Gray's up there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, okay, so like there's a fuse switch you take out, so when somebody goes to nothing happens.
Yeah.
The equivalent of the steering lock wheel, you click that on.
Yeah.
However that translates into sci-fi terms.
Don't worry about the ship; she'll be fine. She's as clean as a whistle, brand spanking new. She'll run just fine. And nobody's taking her off her while I'm alive.
Oh dear. Famous last words.
Aren't you meant to be the shrink? Aren't you meant to be making me feel better about all
No,
this?
I was doing that out of context. Sorry. I went back.
I feel like my chances of surviving are significantly diminished now. Now the psychiatrist doesn't think.
He's carrying a sign round. He's carrying a sign round with him. The end is nigh.
Yeah.
I'll the equivalent of Vagrant and decided to be a therapist, have the same effect. Get out there and mow the lawn. Shut up. Be proud of it.
Yeah. Right. Lead the way, Syad.
I am, as I climb down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
now,
so we've got a group token for now.
We know that on the right side there's a lot of fire.
Proposed.
So it's good that funny you should mention that. So there is, as you descend down here, there is kind of like one of the what they call them, the sphincter locks. I forget keep the game.
Oh, iris lock.
All right. Yeah.
Yes. Not a sphincter, an iris. So yeah, there is one of those between.
That's why it's called a sphincter lock.
Yeah, there is one of those between. There's kind of a door, a lock, between things. Anyway, but anyway, so you descend. So descending down onto deck G, as you climb down into this corridor, the lights are on the fritz a little bit. The level of lighting is the same, but they kind of flicker and glitch out every now and then. And there is a faint smell of burning, of smoke.
Okay.
Faint smell of burning what?
Yes. Burning
Burning
space
ship due to the
station.
plasma fires that we never put out.
Ah,
We,
All right.
we got distracted. We were going to take care of that, but we got distracted. So whoops.
But there's no sign. There's no sign of any fire here where you are.
Right.
And you can see this corridor. You can see these. Well, you can see what you can see. What you can see, as you can see, we're using the theatre of the mind map because you've got ready access to the blueprints of the station.
should
So
probably check to see if there's anything in bulk storage for us that we could use, and then it's onto the hangar deck where I think the spare parts were that we needed.
Is that a good idea, Siad? Because there might be prisoners hanging about. Do we want to do that? I'm all for grabbing as much as we can. There might be tools and stuff like that, but what if we open the door and there's either some of these insane fucks hanging around, or worse yet, prisoners that want a way out of here?
so Jad, you saw what happened to our colleague. You want to be slowing us down even more? Your call.
Yeah, I just flew us here. I'm just pointing it out that this level might not be safe.
All right. So, Doctor, which way?
I think we need to stay. We need the batteries. We can't tally any longer because despite the dangers, at least with some weapons on us, for those of us that might be able to sort of use them, but we need to get these batteries. So where we saying they're stored in the hangar?
I thought the cargo bay was
The cargo
where they
bay.
were,
Sorry, yep.
but I could be wrong.
I think we should just try for the cargo bay. We can't. There's too much going on to leave. Leave the chance. We'll have to just stay on mission here and get the parts.
Okay. Press that. Sorry, Phil. Press the space bar, please. on
oh
your
yes,
keyboard.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
it's not,
thank you. That's okay. It's just this way, guys. Better than spacewalking. Now, any indications on the door? Any other like glass windows, or just a steel door?
sorry, which one we talked about? Sorry.
The one where
okay. Oh, right. So you have the okay. So before you get there, so you're heading up this corridor as you come as you get to. That's a little ruler.
I'll move it back. That's
No, it's
fine.
okay. It's okay. I'll move it. So give me the tick off the ruler. Yeah, that's perfect. Just there. So as you're coming up the corridor, you see the sound of footsteps, and walking around the corner comes one of the correctional androids. And as he spots you, his eyes change from white and start flashing red.
No, it's fine. I turn around and I expose the back of my head.
Okay. Stay where you are.
Yes, the captain
Provide
sent us this way to get
identification
batteries.
and remain where you are.
Okay.
And he starts walking down the corridor towards you with a stun baton in his hand. And then you hear something. You hear a clatter and hear something land with a thud in the junction behind him.
Oh,
I just shout, "Watch out!" and we'll pull back.
It's the android is just halt. Stand your ground until identification has been verified. And then this thing just comes barreling down the corridor behind him and knocks him clean off his feet, taking his and with a swipe of these claws, it just takes his head clean off.
wow.
Oh, I thought it was a grenade.
No.
I heard a thump and I'm like, oh no, that's
Yeah, and
You
this.
wish it was a grenade.
I thought that was Sajid's bowels.
So it's the deacon then, isn't it? Oh wow!
Lovely.
Okay.
It comes in purple now.
Fuck.
It's not available at your local showroom.
So yeah, this comes just barreling down the corridor, hissing as it kind of running up the walls and down, then skipping down back onto the floor, and just comes charging straight at you all.
Oh, oh dear.
Let's poke it with sticks.
So we'll have to put the tokens down because otherwise I'll not be able to add you to the. So we want the captain. We want Drabowski. We want Sajad. We want the doctor. We want Dr. Ejiri. And we want Professor Navari as well.
So I'm assuming I'm here where the token was.
Yeah.
Yes. The good doctor was right behind me. I'm assuming with the Geiger counter.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to just a rough arrangement of where you think your characters might have been, and like I say, ignore the map for now.
Oh, roughly Detroit.
I was thinking like roughly another system, maybe.
Yeah.
And I shall roll the initiative because I'll do it for everybody. Okay, so Sergeant, you have drawn the number one, so you go first.
Okay, so I will. So everybody, get back! Run away! And I will fire at it for good measure. Okay.
So it is within short range.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm wondering how a shock. Like if it's like really charging me, then I'm guessing the shock. If it's short range, then I would have the shotgun. Maybe it won't like to be shocked, is what I'm hoping.
So yeah, so which? Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, that's my.
No.
I did something wrong.
So you got your. There we go. Let me scroll down. That is 0 successes.
Mm-hmm.
You can push it, of course.
Yes, I can. And do I see correctly that I'm rolling 2 dice for this?
You've got two stress dice in there, yeah.
And I have yellow. That's why I have 11 dice. So yes.
Yeah. Oh, 2 successes. Excellent.
Nice.
Okay, so that does a base damage of 2, and then you got 1 X bonus success. So are you using that for extra damage?
I'm wondering what stunts I could do to this thing in the meantime.
What? Sorry.
What are the other options with this thing? Can I knock it prone?
So if you look on your, it comes under range. So if you look on your skills, the talent of the where are we? The range combat. No. What's happened to your character sheet? No stunts have been available.
Oh, I get the +2 modification to close combat if you sacrifice your fast action. But I think I needed it to pull the weapon, so that's not.
Oh my God! They've removed all the stunts from the character sheets.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Now we don't have to read as much.
Jesus Christ. One second. I'll have to pull it up in the rule book. I wonder why that is.
Glitches already with the update.
Yeah.
No, it's not a glitch. It's it literally says you need to consult the rule book as if it's no longer an official thing, which is strange since it is. Anyway, right. So stamina close combat, ranged combat. So stunts, you can spend X successes to inflict 1 more point of damage. You can pin down your enemy, forcing them to make a panic roll, although I don't think these make panic rolls. You can position yourself to exchange your initiative score with an enemy, taking effect next turn. You can force your attack to drop a weapon, which would not have any effect in this case. Or you can force your opponent to fall to the ground or push back, for example. So the only ones that really apply is extra damage, pin your enemy down, or force them to the ground, knock them off the feet.
Yeah, you know what? I think knock him off his feet would be good, so that I think that's much more advantageous, and it'll maybe let people start running.
Okay, so a stun weapon as well is counts as armor piercing. So it's okay. So I need to do that. Armor piercing. Okay, so rolls no armor, so it takes the full damage from that. So what was, did you say you're going for 3 damage? Did you say?
Yes, sure, 3 damage.
Excellent. Okay. Right. Okay, and then it closes the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And attacks Sajad.
Oh,
there's some lovely, tasty scientists behind it, but that's okay.
Okay. So, right, the deacon, the creature, so the alien springs forward, opening its jaws, and its jaws latch onto your. What does it latch onto? A limb of your choice.
A limb of my choice.
A limb of your choice.
Wow.
Well, I wet myself profusely. I guess it's going to be my weapon arm, because that's what I attacked them with.
Okay. Okay. So it locks its jaws onto your arm. You take 2 damage. The attack causes damage, so it automatically inflicts critical injury 36. Oh, I hate it when it doesn't just have a link in for those as well. Used to have the links.
Can I roll armor, by the way, or not really?
You can roll armor. Yes, if you've got armor, you can roll armor. So if you don't take any damage, of course, you won't take the critical. Critical injury 99.
So that's only 1.
Okay, so it reduces the damage to 1, but the attack just has to cause some damage. So you sustain critical injury 36, which is so it locks its jaws to the arm, and as its jaws bite down, it just like crushes the bone, shattering the bone, breaking your arm.
Oh.
So you can no longer use that arm.
Wow.
It's not fatal.
Wound?
It will take without to heal naturally. It will take 2d6 days, which is pretty damn good, really, for a broken arm.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm resilient.
I mean, it's beyond the scope of this adventure, but anyway. So
I'm rolling it anyways.
Okay.
He's rolling for his.
So
4 days.
Your
like my
arm will
chances.
completely heal in 4 days. Wow.
So you drop. This causes you to drop your gun.
Yep.
And any close combat attempts to break a. So this thing is now grappling you. It's got its jaws locked onto you. You've dropped your gun. It's broken your arm, and any attempts to break its grip on you will have a -3 modifier.
Okay.
And you must make an immediate panic roll.
Just so you know, the chef is now Swedish.
Okay, so you managed to keep it together, right? Okay, so so now going forward, so as long as it's got hold of you, as a slow action on each of its initiatives, the alien can attack you using 6 base damage dice.
Wow.
To do 2 minimum of 2 damage, and the attack cannot be blocked. So don't forget, you can try and block attacks if you've got something you could use to block an attack as well. So blocking essentially works like an extra armor almost.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is it's just button combat. So that was it. So Captain Luger.
Yep. Out of character ignorance, I'm going to use my bolt gun point blank on its head.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Which I would love to do, but it doesn't seem to highlight it when I. Oh, it does now.
Okay. Keeping it together. Okay, so that's one. So that's three. That's 3 damage. It does 3 damage to it. And yeah, you pull. You go step up close, firing at the bolt gun at close range, and just the bolt just goes straight through its head and pins it to the wall, ripping its jaw from Sajad's arm, and she lets out a scream as it tears away part of her arm with it, and this thing just like sort of just embedded into the wall.
Morphine! I need morphine. You're doctors, right? Get me morphine, goddammit!
Just start shouting Sajad's name as I fire as I see a grapple on. I go, Sajad! Kind of thing. And then just start panicking over I'm fucking hanging off.
Okay, then another one drops down the
Oh, Jesus Christ! Wow. I've had my turn though, haven't I?
Yeah. So it's not going to get to act, but everybody else. We'll do. In fact, that's going to be. We're going to do it as a new thing. So we'll redraw. We'll redraw the cards because that would have essentially ended that.
Okay.
So we'll redraw the cards. Okay, so I'll reset that. I'll redraw the cards.
All right. Okay.
And Captain Luger.
Right. Grab Sajad and start dragging him away and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Okay.
Which way is that thing coming? Is it from the same way?
It's coming the same way.
Yeah, it's coming from the same way. Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
I need morphine.
I'm going to prepare a bolt.
What are you doing? Are you going to drag him away, or are you going to prepare? Or are you going to reload your gun? Which is it?
I will prepare the bolt instead and say, "Get Sajad out of here." Yeah. So if I can hold an action, fine. If I can't, fine.
Well, it will take an action to reload the bolt gun because
that's fine.
Fires one thing, so yeah, an action would be to reload.
That is what I'm doing then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So before anyone else can act, this thing comes tearing down the corridor, skittering off the walls, and then pauses, like ready to pounce.
Yeah.
I point at the synthetic.
Hey, think of ideas.
I think. Oh God. Okay, and it pauses, like ready to pounce, and suddenly you hear this shrill whistle that resonates in your skull, not your ears. Inside, you can feel it vibrating inside your skull.
Wow.
And this creature sort of curls its lips back and hisses, and then pulls and then steps back, walks backwards and crouches in the shadows of the junction G3 again. Sits there waiting. And out of the shadows comes one of these strange humanoids.
An alien versus predator. I don't know.
Another of these.
Strange
biomechanical beings.
Wow.
And it steps out of the shadows and it reaches out and rests a hand on the head of this creature, almost like someone petting a dog.
basically goes around the
Okay. Okay.
Space dog.
And then it walks, it strides past it, just this with that weird sort of really fluid motion as it walks down the corridor and extends an arm out towards who's at the front. So that would be, I guess that would be it would Captain Luger who's at the front. So it reaches as it draws closer, it reaches out. You don't see it doesn't seem to. I mean, it's hard to tell, but there doesn't seem to be any
No hostility to it.
Hostility.
Yeah.
I mean, this this thing is called off this creature.
And we met one on the bridge, didn't we?
That's the one that went out swimming in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say, who are you? As a kind of motion for people to back off. Who are you?
Okay, so as you say this, and it draws closer. We're just a little further than arm's reach away, and it's got its hand reached out as if it's going to trying to touch you or going to touch you.
Yeah.
And then you all feel a throbbing in your head. You feel like it's like at the beginning of a migraine. This sound almost like static.
Right. Okay. Is it painful?
And it's unpleasant, but your mind almost like kind of like your vision kind of blurs. Almost you lose kind of focus, and your brain is flooded with images of grotesque and morbid beauty that flood your mind. A flesh and metal tree twists in a surreal landscape, its bark made of 1,000 writhing faces. Blue sky fades to white, black vines dig into grey soil, birthing a ribbed landscape of swelling bronchi and pulsing aorta.
Wow.
The tree grows ripe and rots. Pollen explodes everywhere, choking off life, mutating whole forests. The planet's surface becomes a crisscross of wiggling tree limbs, grasping and closing off the sky above them. The world explodes, spiked trees impale other worlds, starting the process again. A broken genetic code appears in your head, an incomplete formula, and you know it instinctively. This is the 26th Draconis strain.
Right.
But one of you knows. Not only is this just this thought forced into your head, one of you knows what this means. Who is it?
From my description, I don't think it's me. Is it going to be in somebody's description?
If it matches the throbbing, then maybe.
Am I feeling this as well? Being
Yes. Yeah, even you as an android feel this.
Yeah, if it matches the throbbing noise I've been hearing, then maybe.
It is not me.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not me.
It's not necessarily something that's written in your background. It's something you can decide. You don't have to decide now. You can decide later. But one of you, this is not just this thought forced into your head. One of you knows what this is.
I would say it's me then. I would say it's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were rivers.
As I say, but as this thought is forced, it's kind of like almost like as if it's physically rammed into your mind, into your brain.
Okay.
You all, whoever this is relevant to start with, it doesn't matter. You all know it. You all know what this is. The 26 Draconis strain. And you see a wave of forest rolls over this new world and it bears down on you. You give the formula to this creature, the perfected. the Fremen. And the wave strikes you, but grows around you instead of through you. The message is clear. Give this thing, this Draconis strain, to the perfected and be spared. Do not die. And when your mind's clear and you can see properly again, this thrumming and static in your brain is gone. So is the Fremen, and so is the alien.
Wow.
What about the one bolted to the wall?
That one's
Morphine!
still bolted to the wall.
Morphine!
I've just kind of like grip my head and drop to my knee. Just kind of like holding my head. What happened? What's happening?
Pheromones? Have they managed to use pheromones as a messenger?
That was strange.
I have no idea.
I remember in the 21st century they talked about telepathy and all sorts of pseudoscience, but no, it's we're past that. That had to be a pheromone discharge. If we all felt that, didn't we?
Yeah.
You felt it too?
Yes.
I'm in pain.
An interesting phenomenon, our unusual friend.
Oh,
Doctor, somebody-
Sajad.
Bandage
Yeah.
me up. It hurts.
Yeah, have I got anything to help you? Have I got anything to help you?
I have.
Uh,
I can sedate him.
Oh,
Keep
there's
quiet.
I think-
rated as well.
I think you might need to.
Do you want me to sedate him because he's shouting the whole place down?
Yeah.
Not fully sedate. We can't carry him. Just
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
sorry
going to
to
open up the storage door near me and kind of just slump in there. I mean, we're all in this hallway. I need more space, and I need somebody else to look at this. So I'm gonna, I guess where I was in there, open up the door and kind of just see if there's anything comfortable for me to slump down on.
So, Judge, you're not very handy in a fight, are you?
Ah,
Yeah, we need. Where is medical?
I'm medical.
Isn't medical up a couple of decks?
Yeah, that's where I mean, there's been medic. I mean, some well, if your Android friend has been collecting med kits from up and down the station.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to use it then.
Come on here, Sajad. I would give you my teddy bear a hold, but you almost probably drop him because you only got one arm.
you see that? See that bottle of ibuprofen? Pour it down my
I-
gullet.
I'm going to use my med kit on him. No.
Okay, so just checking the med kit. So personal med kit contains what you need to stop bleeding, disinfect a wound and cauterize it, some Pharmax bandages to wrap it up, and stim boost to keep you on your feet. Med kit is not a permanent solution, it's more a band-aid. Okay, so it gives so what you really need, of course, is an auto doc, but this will do for now. So basically a med kit gives you a +2 modification to a medical aid roll, and can only be used, the med kit can only be used once. So basically you use up the supplies in the med kit and it's gone.
Do I roll it off?
No, you will roll it.
I don't know that there's any. I mean, I don't need the hit points anyways. I just need to be bandaged up. So don't worry about rolling. Use, whatever you need, consume it. But it's not to roll hit points back. It's to fucking bandage up this bloody arm.
Would you like us to try and put the chunk back?
I don't know if that's part of me or part of it.
I'm trying to roll on the med kit. It's not rolling though. I'll go do.
No, you roll on the skill, medical skill.
Ah, sorry.
And you add +2. You had a +2 bonus if you're using the medical kit.
Okay, might have to right click it.
Master Jad.
Oh, damn it! I rolled that. Ignore that second one. I rolled that.
It's hidden anyways. We can't see what you rolled.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I can't believe they've removed all the skill descriptions and everything. That sucks.
From the discussion we were having earlier, maybe they removed it all because you're not using the evolved version.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't recover. Yeah. So you band him up.
All right.
Are you okay? Can you move?
I can walk at least, but this arm's useless now.
Is there somebody who can use your gun?
That's on the floor, isn't it?
It's on the floor.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I think we all have like the
Oh, is it removed?
was it the shotguns that we were getting from the armory?
It was one of the shotguns.
Yeah, so
shot
there
guns.
should be plenty. But
Shotgun.
yeah, if somebody wants to use this thing, although I really like what the bolt did to it, to be honest, but I'm not going to be much use.
I can't pick anything else up. I'm closely encumbered.
I mean, I'll
It's
carry
not
it until
a-
somebody else.
Not a shotgun person anyway. So.
Let's get those freaking batteries and get out of here.
That's why, guys. It's disabled because it's well, it must have been when it updated. It disabled all the modules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jad,
Do you have to re-import the adventure?
No. It's just I'll just have to restart Foundry to enable everything again. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It will be fine. It will take 2 minutes.
You're meant to be a security officer.
What will they do?
Well, I don't think U.S. colonial Marines expected fighting things like these. I mean, what is it? Have a look at it. Is it some kind of dog?
That's actually a good thing. We should examine the thing that's nailed to the wall, and see what it actually is.
Okay.
I mean,
Scientist perpetus science.
Yes.
I would say in your humanoid, Mr. Sajid, you're kind of harmless now.
When did Dr. Evil join the crew?
The humor hurts more than the actual wound.
Yeah.
Wait, there was humor? Oh, damn, I missed it. I can't use it very well, but I've got inventory space for it. So I'll pick up the shotgun.
Yes.
There we go. There's a whisper box.
Good.
Okay, so
I am
this is
going to
I'll do my
take a
own.
pen out of one of my things, and I'm going to poke at the jaws of the thing and wiggle them about and open them.
It seems gone weird. Oh, no, it hasn't. That's back to it. Ooh, there, updated.
There we go. Okay,
Uh-huh.
everything should be back now.
Wibbledy-doo-da. Let's zoom in. There we go.
No, come back in a moment. Send the comment.
Shotgun.
Who's that way out in the about to go in the airlock?
Hmm?
The rest of us are all. Oh, I suppose it's relative, isn't it? We're not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, what is the skill now for?
So while we're here, I'm going over to the thing that's nailed to the wall. Like I said, I've got my little torch thing, and I'm going to examine it. And I've got a pen, or I'll just open its jaws. I'm not going to use my fingers or anything, but I'm just going to open the jaws and look inside and see what this thing's about. Is it bleeding?
It is, yeah. Kind of blackish fluid.
Ooh.
You know what?
I
I'm
would
not putting
point
it
to
on.
be so
I'm going to
be-
put my rebreather on. Well, actually, hold on. I'm in a hazmat suit anyway. Yeah, I'll just say, all the my fine colleagues.
Oh, you have got
I've got
one, the
protective
eco.
gear
Yeah, you've got
from-
the Eco 2 suit on, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've got the hazmat suit on anyway. So I'm going to start having a. I take it there's some sort of belt or attachment. These things were samples, so I'm going to start scraping into some petri dishes or evidence bags.
Okay, so I will point out. So one of you, I'll not say who. Obviously, I'll be giving the game away. One of you, as if you haven't already noticed, one of you will have received a whisper message with some important information. Also, this marks the start of Act 2.
Hey!
So everybody will now receive their second agenda.
Oh,
Oh, joys.
okay.
Okay, so which I shall give to you. I shall tell you when I've given it to you. There we go. So let's see who's first on the list. Drabowski. Who's Drabowski?
That's me.
Yeah, so Drabowski,
no,
this
no.
is
The
your
Great Grabowski?
That's
Act
me.
2. This is your Act 2 agenda, which overrides your Act 1 agenda.
Oh,
It may complement it or it may completely override it. So Ajira, nobody's playing Ajira at the moment, but I still need to give Ajira his agenda as well. And then we have got Headstrom's dead. His head was not very strong. Lark. Here is your Act 2 agenda. You'll find it under this on the skills tab. And then we have Luger's Act 2 agenda.
Yeah.
There we go.
Give it to me.
And then Navare's Act 2 agenda. And finally, Sajad's Act 2 agenda.
Is this going to pop up in our character sheet or in the private whisper?
It is on. So if you go to your skills tab, you will see the section that says agenda story cards. It's there.
Got it.
So you can
Okay.
left click on it and it will bring up a what it is. Also, because we have moved to a new act before we continue on with the story, we need to assess each character's Act 1 agenda to see if they were able to progress it or work towards it. So I think so the audience has a bit of an insight. I think we will do each person's in turn, and we'll do it secretly. So first of all, until I give you the thumbs up, and you can put your headphones back on or whatever, I'll do it in the same order. So Drabowski, we'll do your Act 1 agenda.
All right, just so you're clear, I won't see your thumbs up because I just see you frozen on screen. I don't know if other people do as well or just me.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Now I see you moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
okay.
hasn't moved. Right. Okay. So earphones out.
Yeah.
Damn it! I was
I'll
gonna like take a picture of that and have that as my screensaver.
I don't know if that's maybe that's because it's dropping behind this main screen. I'll put it on the side. Okay, so Drabowski. Flea.
yes.
All right, you take your headphones off. So your
Taking headphones off. Muted.
no, not who? You're still with us, Flea? Hello? No, everybody's supposed to take your headphones off. So just put them back on a minute. Just put them back on a minute. Hello? Oh, sorry. Right, I thought you couldn't hear me. I thought you'd taken your headphones off.
I had, but I just saw your thumbs
Yeah,
up.
you weren't supposed to take them off.
Oh, it's
Nobody else can hear me? No? Okay. So that's it. That's it. Okay, so your so Drabowski's
My agenda did not go well.
no. So
The item I was supposed to pick up, I believe, is in another of the group's possession.
it is.
And the idea was before the beginning of Act 2, I was somehow going to get it off them, but I didn't.
No. So so we can so do you want to read it out for the people at home what your agenda was for Act 1?
Certainly. My agenda for Act 1 was as follows. A former spy for the MSS for nearly a decade, you've been free to be just a scientist. Not anymore. The MSS is forcing you to return to the UPP. You're ordered to prove your loyalty by stealing all the data on something called Ironfish from the Erebus mission recorder. The device is located in the station's mother mainframe. You don't want to go back, but what choice do you have?
And as you stated, unfortunately, Captain Luger removed the mission recorder from the mother station.
He did, after you pointed it out to every single person who walked into the room. So I was like, right then, I'm going to have that next turn. You see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. Was it painted like, you know, was it painted like, you know, high visibility yellow and had flashing lights on it or something?
Almost. I would say it wasn't hidden. It wasn't hidden. It wasn't hidden. So
The IRS or whatever they're called, hiding the things in plain sight. Oh my God.
yeah. So unfortunately, I can't award you a story point for that.
That's all right. I don't think I've ever been awarded a story point yet in Alien, so it's fine. It's fine.
Right. So if you can remove your headphones, and I'll move on to the next one.
Right, you are.
Okay. So I'll have to thumbs up, everybody. So thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, so next, and let's see who's next on the list. This is not Jerry Hedenstrom. So Lark, Dr. Lark. So if everybody bar Dr. Lark, can you remove your headphones?
Right.
Okay, so
Let's have a look.
So Dr. Lark, let us have a look at your agenda. So do you want to read out your agenda?
Yes, I shall. Right. Manipulation is a skill you've more than mastered. You're here to be everyone's friend and make them all trust you. Learn all you need to control them and look for evidence someone is acting against company policy. Experimenting with soldering iron as switchblades, you burn out your behavior chip right before you left the gateway station. Now things are different. Now even you don't know what you are capable of.
Do you think you work towards that?
I have tried to be a friend towards everyone by making them, when they've been in dire straits, I've helped them out. I wouldn't say I've manipulated anyone. Maybe Jake's character, maybe a little bit.
I'm happy. I'm happy to say that you've made some progress to work towards that. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. So you can give yourself a story point.
Hold on 2 seconds. Where's that?
It's on the first page. It's under experience points on the first.
Oh yeah,
tab.
thank you.
Okay, right. So if you want to pop yours off, we'll move on to the next person.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know why.
So, yeah, go on, Matt. Go on, Lee. Yeah. So, Captain Luger next. Somebody else, bar Captain Luger.
Okay.
Okay, so Captain Luger, can you tell everybody what your Act 1 agenda was?
Yes. So, my backstory is that my parents died in some kind of starship collision, and I was brought up by my grandparents. And I came here not just to take the crew of the ship. I came here because I know that my grandparents didn't actually die in that explosion. They were part of the crew that came from, and I'm ruining it by suspense, but they were part of the crew. My great aunt was part of the crew of the Cronus. From the
Chariot of the Gods.
From Chariot of the Gods. So her black box flight plan, I've traced it back to this facility, and I knew it was here. So my agenda was to get hold of the black box, download it, and find out what has happened, basically. And I had to go to Mother to get it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to ask you to justify that, because I think you've, as far as you're aware anyway, I think you believe you're working towards that. So you do get you get a story point for that, but
okay,
you've also got some other things going on. So you received two story cards now.
I have.
Can you tell us what the first story card is?
Okay, so if you've watched any of the other episodes,
of course I have,
which of course you have, you'll know that there is like a steady thump that's going on in the station, or so Luger believes, and that is kind of like the beating heart of darkness. And I feel like it's something that's calling to her to find out where it is. And she thought at first it was the black hole, or something on the station. But as it turns out, it is something on the station, but it's nothing natural. And what after?
Do you think? Sorry, so don't. So we don't want to go onto the second one yet. So do you think?
Right.
Do you think you've? Would you argue that you'd progressed, work towards resolving this in some way?
Not necessarily. I've raised it a ton of times.
Yeah.
But not necessarily in terms of finding it, I don't think.
Okay.
But I've definitely talked about it.
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
And I've tried to play it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a hard one. That I don't think there's a lot you can do with it. So unless you're going to make a kick up a sink, I'm not going to give you a story point for that.
No, I think that's probably fair.
But you have just received a second story card.
Yes, I have. Yeah, but I haven't received an Act 2, by the way. Just so you know.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're just discussing the Act 1 stuff. What you've Yeah. So in fact, ignore because we don't need to assess the second story card yet.
Okay.
But let me just double check. You've not got an Act 2.
Yeah, it's not appeared.
Oh no, it hasn't. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'll make that right.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were bluffing or not. That's how I had to whisper to you and say, just so you know, I haven't got an Act 2.
Oh, you have. It's just that you've got to scroll down. You need to scroll. For some reason the
Oh right, yeah, I see it now. Yeah,
you've got two now. In fact, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you have to. Yeah, that window is ridiculously small for some reason.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you got one story point, but you can't. The story cards you can potentially get additional story points as well. But I don't think that was the case. So if you want to remove your headphones.
I will. Before I do, the main concourse on the side view says that's on deck G, which is what we're on. Is that where this central bit is, where the assembly hall is? Is that this corridor that's ringing around this middle white bit?
What about the main concourse? Sorry,
I want to know where the main concourse is.
Oh, so is this the main concourse? Is this entire level? That's what this level is called. This deck is called the main concourse.
Oh, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of this deck, the main concourse.
Right. I think that makes a bit of sense anyway.
Okay. So if you want to remove your things, and then we'll move on to next one. So So that was Luga. So next will be a Navarra, and then if everybody else can take it. So just Navarra, everybody else take your pens off again. So, so Professor, is it Professor or is it Doctor?
It's a couple of things. Havarda will go into this.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. How far do I discuss my titles?
Well, this is just for the benefit of everybody at home. So yeah, you can. Yeah, if you want to reveal what your agenda was.
Yeah, it's Colonel Doctor. Thank you very much.
It is indeed Colonel Doctor.
The Colonel Doctor. Yeah, Navari has proved to be a useful tool to get me on board this mission. Yeah, I don't know about Draconis. I don't know if they're performing to UPP standards. Like, they don't seem overly concerned about that power drain, and I don't know if they've investigated properly. But I'm going to follow my orders and keep a distance and not interfere. But yeah, so far, obviously this new specimen, it looks like they're up to something else here apart from ironfish. It looks
Okay.
like United. What do you call it? United Americans? Yeah.
The United Americas.
Yeah, the enemy. They're sneaky sons, definitely.
So to give it some context, I'll
Yep.
so your exact the wording of your agenda. So you were playing Navarra, but the real Navarra is dead,
Yep.
murdered by you, presumably in cryosleep while they were in cryosleep.
Well, how to get in somehow? I am Colonel Doctor Patello Arbajan.
Yes. You yeah, so you are Colonel Colonel Dr. Bartello Arbajan, who is a deep cover agent for the UPP Ministry of Space Security. The Ministry of Space Security believes that Erebos is running Ironfish, a project repurposing the black hole as a broad spectrum antenna to spy on the UPP. And as an MSS agent, Drabowski has been assigned to secure Ironfish, but you are here to see that they do the job that's been assigned to them. They do not know that you are an MSS agent as well, and they do not know that you are shadowing them. So yeah, you're there to give to observe and to give them room to either prove themselves or hang themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And would you say that you work towards that objective?
Yeah, I've observed that they did go off on their own. I don't know whether they've taken note of the power drain, which we believe might be the source of the ironfish. The actual antenna. I did mention it off cuff to see if they maybe joined the dots. I don't know if they've taken the bait. But once again, I'm not directly interfering or revealing myself. I'm carrying out my job as the bumbling scientist. Now that I've noticed this bioweapon or something that's been produced here, it looks like something else is going on.
Yeah, so
I'm going to secure samples to bring back to see if this is a threat.
But yeah, so we're just going to discuss just the Act 1 stuff for the moment.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was part of it because now we've seen this thing. It's like, oh right, okay,
yeah,
better get some samples and find out what.
So yeah, but with regards the
So obviously the power drain, that's the massive power source for this type of station, is doing more than what it's saying. That's my belief. I don't know if Drabowski has twigged onto that. That is my initial assessment.
Were you? I can't. I have to remember. Were you in the mother chamber?
I was.
You were in the mother chamber for the entire time that Captain Luger and your fellow MSS agent were.
Oh wait, hang on. What was I doing? God, I can't remember now. It's been that long.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yes, we all went into the mother chamber, and wasn't it Lark? And who was the other one with Lark? They went and touched the contaminant.
Yeah. Okay. So you will have gained. It's. I think it's safe to assume that you will have been given the same information that that Dabrowski has been given. So the one of
Did
the
you take your
possible.
earphones off? Did we took our earphones off that bit, didn't we? That was the first time I was doing this, isn't it?
Possibly. But you will have known that you will have the same information that Drabowski did, and so one of the possible sources of information for Ironfish was rumored was possibly on the mission recorder that was present in the mother chamber, and Captain Luger took that.
Oh yes, the hard drive. That's right.
Yeah. So that is what Drabowski was supposed to be getting, but Captain Luger took it first.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not impressed because they haven't. There's too much power in this place, going to one specific place, and the fact that I mentioned it offhand and they didn't pick up on it, that we could accidentally stumble on something.
But I think you've been doing what you're supposed to do. You've been. I mean, it's an easy one.
I can't be active. I'm not active, but
yeah, you've been keeping an eye on things. And so I will let you have a story point for that.
All right, okay. That.
So if you want to remove your headphones, and we'll just move on to Jake. So as the last character.
Cool.
Everybody else can. So it's just Jake I need to speak to, so everybody else can piss off again. Okay, Jake, you there?
Yep, I'm
Can
here.
you tell us? Can you tell us what Sajad's Act 1 agenda was?
To sleep with all the female characters in the. No. So number one, I am there to protect the entire group. Now protecting them can be both with my body physically against harm. Protecting their souls would be explaining the advantages of the big worm. Oh, where is it? I know I have it here. There's this dog-eared copy of this book that I keep with me all the time. It's right over here. It's well thumbed, and you see, it tells you everything about the big worm and how it can save your soul. So even when your body, might be at a loss because something will like eat your arm and stuff like that, the worm saves all. So if I was able to kind of get people to cleanse their souls by releasing themselves to the spirit of the big worm, that's just as good as protecting them physically. What a beautiful book this is. And to think, I don't remember who gave it to me. Who did it? Was that person? How did it come? I must have taken it from them. Did I? Anyways, wonderful book.
Indeed. So yeah, you're a believer. You're on a religious crusade of a sort to convert people, spread the word.
Well, I'm there to protect them and protect their souls. I mean,
Yeah.
They're scientists and stuff like that. They're certainly. Oh, yeah.
Did we just lose him?
I'm not sure where I'm there. Oh. Jake's still there, just muted himself a moment wise. Oh.
I just put Jake off the Zyder.
All right, okay, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Feeling so good. My little one is not feeling wonderful today.
Oh God. Sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
But yes. So I think you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. What Sajad was supposed to do. So yeah. So Sajad, you can have a story point as well. So if you're in case you're forgotten or you're unaware, story points can be spent to add a success to a check. Yep. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so should we take a 5-minute break while Jake continues to take a moment with his? Oh, sorry, nobody else can hear me now.
You forgot the signal.
I did, yeah. So shall we just? I was just going to say, shall we take a 5-minute break while Jake's his daughter's she's a bit upset. So.
All right. Well, thank God for that. I thought he got 5 story points then. I'm like, Christ. What's he been doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that okay? Is that okay, Colin? Take a 5-minute break.
Give me a second. Do I have something to?
Andy, apparently you're in 2 Discord chats or something. He can't hear me.
Andy hasn't put his headphones back on yet.
No.
He'll look up and game will have ended. Like, what?
Hang on. Right. Try it this way. Just I don't have a long enough. I'll do right.
It's all right. We'll just all stay.
I'll swap this on now. Give me a
We
sec.
can always tell about jokes.
Just be aware, microphones might be hot. Just use the private chat, yeah, to come back in. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Oops.
All right then.
Hello.
Got it. Right. I may have muted folks just to.
All good. All good.
Just. Yeah, just double check. You might be muted.
Oh, I am muted. Thank you.
There we go. Right.
Shall we move on a little bit, or do we want to give Jake a little bit longer?
Can we push on a little bit without
yeah.
encountering anything plot wise? Or
Well,
is this now, are we in? Are we in for the kill like every minute, every corner?
With that laugh, then was that kind of like a, or was it more of a?
We can move on a little bit, can't we? I'll tell you what. We'll move on, and I'll let you guys decide. So if you want to pause, if Jake's not back yet, and when you want to pause, then we'll pause.
Well, while we're there about it, like I said, I've seen this thing. I started to examine it, seeing it's pulled to the wall, and I've never seen one of these before. So
An amazing looking creature. I'm going to reach out without a glove and touch its skin. I want to know what the texture of this thing is like.
Yeah, there's yes, I knew there was so it's a talent. So we're looking for a skill, but there's some scientists. I don't know if anybody has that, but some scientists have an analyzed talent.
Zero G training, does that count? Turn the gravity off. I know exactly what I'm doing.
No.
So if you look at the chat, everybody's got talent.
you can roll for observation to gain insight regarding strange and alien artifacts or creatures they encounter, and get a chance to study for at least one turn. For every success you roll, you get to ask the GM one of the questions below. Blah blah blah. Right.
Yeah, so you need to study it for at least one turn, a turn being about 10 minutes.
So I'm rolling observation.
It is an observation check, I believe. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yes.
Roll, dice, roll. Is that two? Yes.
That is two. Well, it's two successes.
So for every success you roll, you get the ask GM one of the questions below. So for each success equals one question.
Okay, so ask away.
Okay. What is its purpose?
Ooh. You believe its purpose is to protect.
So obviously, having seen that strange encounter, my next question will be, how does it work?
You believe this creature is part of a life cycle with a symbiotic relationship of some kind with the other creature.
Okay. So while we're here, I am going to take one of its teeth.
Okay.
And sort of look. Does it have eyes?
No.
So as a poke at it, I'm using the thing and that. I don't see eyes, but when I go over the sort of that carapace, am I seeing anything? How does it see, or am I getting any indication?
No. I mean, that could have been possibly one of the questions you asked.
It's
you
not what I'm allowed. It's not on the list.
No, I know, but you can. It doesn't. It didn't have to be exact. It's the I would call that list a guideline. You could have asked something,
All right, now.
but
well,
it does not have any obvious eyes or equivalent thereof. So it must have some operate with some other means of perceiving the world around it.
right. Well, I'll definitely take a tooth because that's going to have DNA, and it's got claws, doesn't it? Like,
I believe so. Yes.
right. Let's see if we can get one of them bad boys off too. Just
Okay.
take a tooth and a claw because it's basically what I would reckon to be hair fiber.
Uh-huh.
So that's usually good for extracting DNA samples.
Okay.
So that's what I'm sort of going for. And then I will, seeing there's blood all over the place, I'm going to take some of that and scrape it in the little baggie.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right.
And quite conveniently, Jake is back. Is everything okay, buddy? Oh, you're muted. Let me. Oh.
All good.
Yeah, no, it's muted from the other side.
Oh.
Mummy's back, so everything is all good.
Excellent.
That's okay. It's going into high school next year, so grade 6. You know,
Ooh.
there's stresses, there's pressure.
Yeah. I know that one. Okay, so
But I don't have children. I'm just an one-armed guard on this, godforsaken space station where we need to get these batteries and get out of here. I'm responsible for these people.
So Gia says, I don't think it's a good idea. I think we need to be more careful. We've already lost Headstrong, and there's all these other people on this station. We need to make sure everybody gets out of here. Okay. He says, are you sure you can handle this, Sergeant?
We don't have any choice.
Our choices are limited. Yes, I would agree with that assessment.
Let's
Either
move
way,
on.
we need a working ship, or all the plans are to boot anyway.
Yeah. Let's get the batteries.
Then, yeah, I'll kind of look spaced out. Yes, we do. We need the batteries. Are we sure that? Yeah, we can do this.
You may have to carry them. Yeah.
So, Colonel Doctor's got the rifle, yeah, the shotgun.
Yep, I picked up the shotgun.
Let me
all
give
right.
you that then.
You better go in front then.
No. I still have it's just a flesh wound, and I'm gonna take my handgun out and I'll lead with the handgun.
Okay. Let me just where is
Yeah, you can take my supernova off me and give it to me.
What are you going to do when you get your other arm bit?
Supernova?
What are you going to do when you get the other arm bit?
He's got a 3-foot long spike on his helmet.
Some peanuts between the teeth.
I'll put my head down and I'll charge.
My range combat is oh dear, but I will try my best.
Okay. So where are you headed?
Well,
We're still carrying for
this
cargo
way.
bay, or what?
It's
We're still
still
going
back
for the
up
batteries?
that way. There's no reason not to head back to. Is there? I mean, there are plenty of
Looking
reasons
very
not to.
carefully at that stairwell as we go past it.
Okay, so yeah, as you get close, you can. It's not. So a lot of it's quite dim, quite dark, kind of. There's a lot of it hidden in shadow. But taking a close look, there's nothing there anymore. There's no sign of that creature. Well,
Yeah.
either of the creatures.
Yeah.
So the door ahead of you says that it leads to Terminal 1, standard hangar, starboard hangar deck, cargo bay 1, and docking port 1.
All right, I'll open the door with my
Okay, so
grenade.
because it goes into the hangar, there's kind of a dual door system. You go through the first door, it closes behind you before you can open the second door. Because
Okay.
obviously this is like a. So as the inner door opens, you realise that the anti-gravity, the artificial gravity in here has failed. And
All right.
you can say, as soon as the door comes up, you instantly start to drift up off the floor. And you can see numerous bodies drifting around in this huge hangar deck, all hanging limbs hanging limply, or so, well, kind of not hanging, but kind of just unconscious, perhaps. There's also you also see several, maybe 7 or 8 drum-sized batteries, the kind of batteries that that you require for the Katerina.
All right, well, we're gonna need some sort of dolly or trolley to put them in and wheel them. And we'll also need to see if we can. I mean, likely it's going to be the staircases. I don't know that I trust the lift, anyways. We'll also need some rope or something to help us, get these things up and down. So if anybody sees a winch or anything, and that's what I'm going to start to look for, and I'll organize everybody. All right, gather all the barrels here and the batteries rather here, and I'll start looking for the other stuff.
Okay.
Right then.
Is if it's possible, do we want to see if maybe we can going through the this terminal might be dangerous still. If there are more of those things around, should we maybe try to do a spacewalk or something? Are there, if we have enough suits here and
Well, we've seen that the other the sentient creature or intelligent, whatever you want to call it, can walk in space.
it
And I'm quite happy to do so.
But it didn't hurt us. It was its pet dog.
Yes, it didn't hurt us for now.
And it could also be inside, so it could be both places. So, I mean, plasma fire.
I'll see your point. If we can, there's no EVs here, are there?
So you can't tell. You can't. So you step forward into thing, or kind of drift forward. So to move around here, you will have to make mobility checks. If you've got 0G training, that will make things easy for you. So everything is drifting around this room. But you can't see. You can only see about clearly to the midpoint below the huge dorsal airlock, because dominating the hangar deck is the meteorite, the meteor. This mass that was brought on the source of the Heselden lights, that was brought inside brought on board the station. And it appears, even though the lights are on and still functioning here, but this mass, this crusty mass, is black, but so black that it seems to absorb the lights that hits it. There's no reflection.
Are we talking
the lights
2001 Space Odyssey Obelix?
Oh, but this is like a crusty. It almost from a distance it looks like almost like a meteorite, like a lump of rock. But you can see, as you look, you can see that out. It's kind of it looks more like a shell, and that as you look at it, it expands and contracts rhythmically, almost like a beating heart. And you can see bioluminescent tendrils and tubes that pulse, the insides are pulsing with more of these Hestelan lights that are connected both to this thing and also to several power conduits dotted around the hangar deck.
So this hangar is not exposed to coldness of space, is it?
No,
We're not
no.
like depressurized. All right.
So
Okay.
directly above is like the dorsal, is like a huge dorsal airlock where ships can come down into the hangar deck, and also at the other end is docking port 1, which is what is what you usually use on your your runs.
Yeah. Okay, that settles it then. I'm going to push off with my feet and propel myself towards the meteorite.
Okay.
Yeah. Good old shove.
Okay, what's everybody else doing? So Captain Luger just like pushes herself off and starts drifting towards this thing, this mass.
I'm assuming that she's doing exactly what I asked her to, so I'm going to also continue and look for, the items that I need to help move these batteries, and maybe see if there's a way to get out some sort of some way to transport this to the ship from the outside.
Okay. So that is what Sajad's the Sergeant Sajad's doing, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I'm going after one of the batteries.
You're going to go after the one of the batteries as well?
I'm going to go after a battery. I think getting out of here is more important than whatever that
batteries are priority.
Okay, so you're going after a battery as well. And what about Doctor? Dr. Lark.
Can't hear you, Andy. Are you muted? Is he muted from your end or?
I can't hear him either.
No, I can't hear him.
Try it now.
Is that better?
There he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I turned my mic down on my. Sorry, I was messing about. Sorry.
I think you might have auto gain set on your mic.
Are you cheating on us with another channel?
No, I am not, mate. I'm not doing that, mate. Sorry. No, I'm not doing that, my buddy. I would like to examine the meteorite because that's what Barbie would have done.
Pardon?
I'm going to examine the meteorite.
So you're going to head towards the meteorite. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Captain Luger and the Doctor heading propel themselves towards the meteorite. The rest of you are heading towards batteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again. Yep.
Okay. So the three of you that are heading towards batteries, can you give me an observation roll? And
just to see if they're Duracell or Energizer. I'm here all week.
Okay. Group token.
I
don't know who that was.
That's a lot of dice. How come
Thank
everyone's
you.
got a lot of dice?
know.
There's rolling a group token.
Because I'm a scientist.
Observation. So okay. So
Oh yeah, sorry.
Colonel Doctor and Professor Navari. So the three of you approach one of these batteries. They like I said, they're about the size of a barrel, like a beer keg, quite big. And as you approach them, you realize that they are all discharged.
So we'll get the tongs. Do you remember those? Can you still get those things?
I'm quite happy with a non-military battery. I'm fine with that.
We'll get the big tongs. We'll put them on each end. The positive and negative. The bulb didn't come on.
So we grab hold of the spots and squeeze the little light bar on the side.
Yeah.
Wait,
Put your tongue on this.
Can't we power them off of those pods? Those pods must have charge in them. I mean, they go out into space. Let's see if we can charge these batteries with the pods.
Can I hear a cat? Was it in
I
game?
can. I think it's Phil's.
What's that?
It's
Can you hear your
Jones.
cat?
It's Jones. He
Oh,
follows us.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah.
Oh, I thought that was in game. I didn't know if that was the cat in game. No, your cat in game is like bad. Sorry, Phil. I thought you had a sound effect.
You know.
No.
So you can. So you can. I mean, that's one of the options that you know of. You can. So you can either find replacement batteries, or they can be recharged, but you would have to recharge them either via one of the plasma distilleries on one of the trawling arms, or using the ambient energy collectors outside of Deck A.
Shall we check this this hangar? If obviously there's batteries here, there might be more.
Okay, so the three of you are gonna search the rest of the hangar, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no point trying
Oh,
to carry on. If we can find some charged ones,
yeah.
that's a plan B. If we can't find any charged ones in the hangar, then or the cargo bay, then we'll take those and get them replenished. Well, and then that could be a thing we're doing while we're finding the rest. But we're running low on time.
Okay, so as you three set about navigating, swimming through the hangar bay, navigating your way around, trying to find any still functioning batteries. Dr. Lark and Captain Luger, you drift towards this meteorite, this thing, this pulsing bioluminescent thing, and as you approach a section of it that almost as you get close, almost looks like the valve of a heart valve, kind of like opens up, revealing the entrance to the interior.
I enter it with a gasp.
Okay.
And I'll say to Dr. Lark, it's here. It's here.
I'll come with you then.
This is it.
I don't know, Lark. We need.
I do. This is it. This is everything we've been looking for.
We still need to get off this ship, but if we can find out what this thing is about, that's the main. That's what we need to do, Lark. We need to find what this thing is about.
I know what this thing is.
Do you?
It's a
Creature showed me.
It's a giant aubergine.
This is fuck the ship, fuck the station. This thing can give us what we want.
We need to find out what this is about, Lark. Keep on, don't just go. I know, Matt, Lark. Lark.
No, you're Lark.
Luger, sorry. We need to stay and just be vigilant. I know what you're on about because I felt it as well. The beating, and this is the source of it. But we need to find more information about it, Luger.
We can't find that until we go in. I'm definitely going in. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'm following you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna hold out I've got a gun or something. No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep my hand near it, actually, in case things go sideways. Keep your weapon ready, Luca.
So someone in the group has received a new a whisper, a private message. If you just I'll just give everybody a moment to look.
You're talking about in Foundry, not in Discord, correct?
In Foundry, yeah.
Perfect. I just wanna make sure. Oh, there it is. I see it now.
I don't think you're meant to let people know that you'd seen it.
But I see it as well. Or do I?
So do I. Hmm.
I know. Why don't we all take off our headsets and then you'll just go yes when you want to speak
Yeah.
to each other.
So, Captain Luger, you drift through this,
Yeah.
like almost like like I said, almost like the valve of a heart. It
Right.
opens up, and inside this thing, this mass, it's like a living, like moving inside a living thing.
Okay.
Like moving through almost like moving through the like veins or arteries of some vast beast. The walls are formed out of living tissue, grayish blue mottled flesh.
Right. Okay.
And the temperature, the air is thick, humid almost, but but still appears to be breathable. And then there's a constant temperature, like 40 degrees. It's really warm, really warm. And you can see the walls pulsing and throbbing in time with this beat, like a heartbeat.
I kind of sway a little bit with the beat of the heart to get the rhythm of it. And my eyes kind of roll in the back of my head a bit and close. And then I kind of put my hands on the walls and feel the rhythm, and then the side of my face onto it. Just as it's pulsing.
I'm going to put my hand on Lark's Luger's shoulder while he's moving forward, so he doesn't,
Yeah. So we're almost there. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I'll take your hand and put it to the wall. You feel it? Yes.
The slick skin
That
slowly pulses beneath your hand as you slide your palm over
consciousness speaking.
Is this becoming another game?
meat.
Is that your consciousness or my consciousness?
It is, yeah. And I'll carry on as far as the valves will let us.
Okay, so you're inside, and this like I said, this valve. As you move inside, the valve closes around you. Around these fleshy walls, there's like all around. There are these fleshy-looking polyps.
I feel it. I feel strong. I feel alive.
Luger, I saw these polyps in the plant bay. I can't remember what's called horticulture. Yeah, those up there where we went first. They're all these in here. I don't know what's inside them, but I think whatever's inside them is living, and we need to get to the bottom of this. I thought Navarre would have been with us. I thought he'd like to find out about this, but
yes, they're beautiful.
So ahead of you, another one of these like sort of like valve-like doors, fleshy valve-like doors, like opens up almost like flower like a fleshy flower. The petals open up, revealing another chamber beyond.
Okay. Absolutely. Head in there.
Okay,
head in there, just like
If you're heading forward, can you give me a mobility roll?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You said that with a bit of gusto there.
If he fails it, I don't want to know where he's got his foot stuck in.
Okay, so you manage to like swim forward, so using your limited 0G training, Everybody will have had some degree of training, and managed to like maneuver your way around, avoiding these like polyps that protrude from the wall and into a large open room. And it looks, like I said, the walls are all made of flesh and there's all these nodules and more of these polyps. And it looks almost like you're inside a huge organ from a body, like a bodily organ, a heart or a liver, some bodily organ. And this whole room vibrates with this thunderous, rhythmic thumping. Boom, 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 boom. But beyond that, you can hear this skittering noise that echoes all around the chamber. And it's impossible to determine the source of it and the direction it's coming from. But the floor, the walls, the ceiling are all covered with these angry red meter-wide blemishes.
Is that like something's punched through it? Or do I need
No, it's like a blemish on the surface of the skin, but it's unlike the rest of the skin that's kind of like pale blue, mottled pale blue. These are like really angry red, almost like giant zits, if you like.
Oh, he's had the pop one.
Okay.
Pustules, all right.
Maybe they're antibodies of some kind.
Yeah.
Is it like bubble wrap? You can't
I reach out to kind of caress them.
So further before you do that, so further away on the opposite side, you can see a kind of circular, a curved recess, and hanging from the ceiling are these large, what would you call them? Large like pods that pulse, and you can see there's like veins and these luminescent veins and tendrils running across the surface, and this look slightly translucent. You can see fluid pulsing through them, and something possibly like something inside each one of them.
I point it out
to your left, you're surprised to see what looks a surface that isn't covered by this skin, and it takes a moment, like kind of a double take. It takes a moment for you to realize it's like a ship's galley. You can see the work. You can see the familiar work surfaces and dispensers. Not dissimilar to to the ones that's on in the galley in your ship, but clearly dated design.
Yeah.
Luger, should we go? Because maybe this swallowed a ship, Luger.
You can also see two more of these valves to your right. These valve-like doors.
Okay. I'll say, yeah, maybe this is the ship's crew. I'll get out like my blowtorch cutter and approach one of the hanging sacks of veiny, throbbing flesh and set it off. I'll look at you at Lark, and I'll touch the top of the nodule and try and draw it down, like slowly start cutting it open, as I'm sure like viscous fluid will start flowing as the thing parts.
Oh,
I think we need a moment of silence in chat for the space testicle.
As we hear an almighty scream through the ship as somebody goes, "Oh, me nuts!"
Okay.
Anyone else?
Welcome to
Right.
the X-rated version of Alien.
I know.
This is Alien After Dark. Where
It's
all
Alien.
fantasies are
As they say
There we go.
in Star Wars, it's Alien, Jim, but not as we know it.
Don't. Please don't. It's a trap. There you go. That's what they say in Star Wars.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. So I think we'll leave you in leave you two in there
Yeah.
for a moment.
Oh, right. Okay.
So meanwhile, the other three, you're drifting around,
Looking for better batteries.
looking for better batteries. So
Those Poundland ones were crap. We're looking for the real deal now.
So the three of you can make another observation roll.
Observation. It's there somewhere.
I'm really good at that.
Oh,
And I am, by the way,
I'm
group
up there as
token,
well.
yeah,
because
group token. Oh, I was wondering who
I
group
clicked it
token was.
last.
Okay, so group token failed. Colonel Doctor succeeded. The panic, drop an item. Okay, so you're going to a panic. And what about Drabowski?
Come on, the big Drabowski.
I rolled.
Did you?
Yep. I got what nine dice, 1 6, 5 yellow dice, 2 1s, 2 6s. Went into panic.
Don't see it. I see the group token, which is Jake, and I see Colonel Doctor.
I
Oh
am
no,
the
that is
Colonel
you. You are
Doctor.
Colonel Doctor. Sorry, you are Colonel Doctor. I
Dabowski.
apologise. It's Professor Navarro that hasn't
Successes
rolled.
and 2 panics.
For some strange reason, people call me by my name, not my rank.
Yeah, it's Professor Navarro that hasn't. I don't see a roll for.
Yeah, got 1 success.
All right. Okay. So yeah, as you drift further into the hangar deck, drawing probably above or around this meteoric mass, this pulsing mass that dominates the hangar deck, you see a few things. So over here, you can see there's a med kit station. Over here, you see the entrance to docking port 1 and personal airlock 7 and 8. Here you see a door that says Cargo Bay 1, as well as junction G1, and here you see some. I forgot what they're called. They are.
They're either really, really big cryopods.
They're not cryopods.
or
Those
some
are
kind of engineering MacGuffin.
They are the engineering MacGuffin things. So they are EVA pods. So some of the EVA pods that you've been looking for.
Damn it! If we could find the batteries, we could use. They take them up the ship. Have any of us seen Lark 1.0 and Lark 2.0 drift into the asteroid?
So
Cloaca.
I suspect you all saw them, drift inside this thing. Probably as you like, just
Are there
drifting.
oohs and ahs of ecstasy echoing round the?
I think watching the pair of them force themselves into some kind of alien asteroid cloaca would have been the thing that actually caused me to drop whatever I've dropped.
Well, I'll tell you what the thing is that caused you to drop. What it is that caused you to drop as you swim forward through this through the 0 Gs in this hangar deck. You get close to a few of the bodies, and you realize that all of the bodies in here, they're all convicts. Every single one has had their neck snapped.
And
then one that is just kind of lazily drifting in the air, maybe 5-6 feet away from you. They suddenly start to go into convulsions.
Wow.
I know nothing of what is happening, so as a scientist, I will try and flap my way over there to see if I can help the man. Maybe he's still alive.
Okay. And as you sort of flap your way towards him, suddenly his chest, is it chest? Yeah. So the chest, his chest erupts, and this creature, which you recognize as a smaller version of the purple skinned thing that attacked Sajad in the corridor, burst and claw and tear its way from this man's chest.
Eat him. Does that mean this thing is a no horn, no eyed flying baby purple people eater?
Yes,
Oh,
it is, I guess.
I
And screaming, it kind of like I say, it tears its way from this man's chest, and then goes tumbling, spraying fluid and blood about it as it tumbles through the air, vainly trying to like right itself. And you can gain you can gain a stress point for that.
Nice. Can I also take a shot at it with this shotgun?
Why not?
Because I think what I do is my character will make a noise, something along the lines of, and then I just shoot at it.
Okay, go ahead.
Badly.
Ba-bum.
I've got to open my character sheet again. Like then.
You can click on the gun in your inventory. It should do the business.
Bang. Ooh.
Okay, so yeah, you shoot, and the electrostatic charge hits the thing, and it bursts.
Oh.
I like how they pop.
It's like crack, boom.
The rest of you, or rather the Navarra and Sajad, the sound of Colonel Doctor discharging this gun alerts you, and you turn around just in time to see this thing just.
I just sort of shout, "What was that?"
I have no idea, but it came out of him, and I point to the corpse with the rest of its chest kind of like slowly drifting away from it.
Yeah.
It looked like small purple thing we pinned to wall in other corridor.
How many bodies are here?
About 18.
So technically that's six each. Well, 6 for you lot. I've already got one of mine, so that's 5.
Should we take the batteries we have, or batteries in the hand worth 5 in the bush?
So none of the batteries that you found so far are any better than the ones that's on the Katerina.
These batteries have got to be rechargeable. Is there any way we can plug them in? I mean,
as I said before, you do know there are means to recharge the batteries.
There's some nice battery-shaped kind of shapes in Cargo Bay 1.
Right, should we make our way to those EV pods, grab a couple, and skedaddle? Because I don't think we should be here.
So the EVA pod is like a small. It looks a bit like a small submersible. It's a mini ship.
This is probably a terrible question. I doubt I know the answer to it. But are the batteries in the EVA pods the same as the batteries on the ship?
No.
What I'm thinking is we can put them in the claws, and we don't go through the ship again. We'll go around the outside of the ship using them.
So this is what they look like.
Yeah, I don't think
there is room for two for the EVA. Each one takes 2, can take up to 2 passengers.
Yeah, so we basically 2 into each. One gets strapped down themselves, and we'll basically carry the batteries. And we basically don't go through the ship again. We go around the outside of the ship to the. Where can we?
Who is?
Because we can take them directly to. Yeah, we can take them directly to the ship.
But who is going to tell Dr. Locke and Captain to come out of that? And I point to the pulsing
Is anybody on post-it notes?
Just the asteroid.
If we'll leave one behind, stick a post-it note to the screen. Gone for lunch. We need to leave. We can't be here, or we have to do something with those bodies. If one's popped, they all might pop.
That is old saying from Earth. Once they pop, they do not stop.
I heard that.
God.
God, that one even hurt me. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for that one. Oh, my spleen. Oh.
Never thought I'd be drum rolling in an alien.
Starting to get a migraine now with that.
Has everyone got the skills to pilot one of these things?
What's the worst that could happen? Right, so we're in Terminal 1. We want to go back to Terminal 2. So I'm suggesting, rather than go through the inside of the ship where there's like nasty things that want to eat us, I think we jump in this and skedaddle around the outside and land nice and safely in Terminal 2 where our ship is, offload the batteries.
Your ship's not in Terminal 2.
Oh, hold on. We crashed up at...
We kind of like crashed into the prison level, didn't we?
Yeah. The ship's entangled in the superstructure, just near the prison level.
Oh, that's up here, isn't it?
It's that's the deck next deck up. It's deck F. You're on deck G at the moment, and it's on deck F. But these EVA pods are equipped with the tools, welding tools, and cutting tools that you can use to cut the ship free of the superstructure.
That seems like a good idea. Let's do that. Let's take these batteries.
I hate to kind of be the bearer, but right, the bearer burden. The batteries we've got aren't in any better condition than the batteries on the ship. What happens if we cut the ship free and it starts to drift? Until we've got power to the ship, wouldn't it be better to leave it attached to the station?
Okay, but we need to bring these up and bring the EVs up so we can detach the ship.
How many batteries are there here, and how many can one of these EVA units carry?
The batteries. Let me have a look. I have this written down somewhere. So the power cells. So the ship needs at least 3 power cells for the engine to be able to ignite. And each of the power cells are 1 meter tall. They do have like harness straps on them to enable them to be carried if necessary. So basically, one person can carry one. One of the EVA pods could possibly carry 2.
Is there any kind of cabling or anything so we kind of like tie them behind the pods and tow them?
Well, whether you could jury rig something like that together or not, that might be a possibility.
We just strap them to one of the arms anyway. With 3 EVA pods, so we could take 6 in theory.
We only need 3 batteries.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So it's just 1 each.
But you do need 3 fully charged batteries,
which these aren't.
These aren't.
I just feel like if we're heading towards, we need these EVs will be useful for cutting the ship free.
Yeah.
We may as well take them. That way, if we need to charge them, at least we'll have them.
I'm just thinking, isn't there anything around here that we could, like, with a bit of engineering, jerry rig to try and charge these batteries?
No, because it needs the batteries require plasma charging with plasma energy. There are places on the station where you could do that. So you could either take them to the how was it? The plasma distillery on one of the trolling arms, or to the energy collectors outside the station or outside Deck A. So this is so basically these batteries are the thing are the thing that this the factory produces. It harvests the plasma and converts them and stores the converted energy in these batteries.
Ooh, could they have, being the fact that the purpose of this station is to recharge these batteries, isn't there going to be somewhere where fully charged batteries will be stored?
That is highly likely, yes.
I'd like to know where, if possible.
Right. Do we agree that we need to take the EVs anyway? Because they will be useful for cutting the chip free.
They will, yeah. We're going to need the tools on the.
Same, we're going that way. Should we just take a battery each, just in case? And if we find somewhere to charge them, you know what I mean, we'll leave them. But if I happen to come across fully charged batteries, at least we've got options.
Yep.
What I don't think is, I don't want to come back here with the bodies, but also seeing they're here and we're using machinery, it's not really going to encumber us to bring them.
Right, okay. I'm going to start looking for a post-it note so we can leave a note for the other two.
So talking of the other two, let's look here. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. Gotta find the stuff in amongst all this crap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So meanwhile, inside this
What the heck?
inside this living thing, this
Yeah.
mass.
Like two dogs in a poopoose.
What is Captain Luger and Dr. Lark doing?
I was opening one of the nodules, weren't I, to see what was inside it.
Okay.
And there's something inside it. Roughly human shaped, I believe.
I was going into where the ship was,
The parts of the ship that's inside.
Well, the galley.
it.
Yeah.
With a galley, a bit that's not covered in this flesh that looks like a galley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you head over towards the galley. So what you doing over there?
I am going to see if there's more of the ship remaining, and I'm going to check the panels if there's any. Well, there's most probably goo on it. I just want to see if there's any signs of previous life. Yeah, just general observation of it and how deteriorated it is.
Okay, so looking over the galley, like it's kind of, as you touch it, it's kind of got this. It's covered in this thick layer of slime, and in some of the some areas, it's a thick black resin has started to grow over it and has encrusted various things. You can see almost completely encrusted in this shiny black resin. You see an unopened bottle of mezcal. And also, just in the cabinet on the back of the galley is a old crusted 357 Magnum pistol.
Nice.
But they're both things, this bottle and this pistol, are kind of welded to the surface in this black resin.
Well,
Almost looks like tar.
yeah, I don't know if I've got anything to. I'd have to get Luger to get that, and then. But his
You might be
business
able to break it free.
I'll try because I've got quite good strength.
Okay, what are you trying to break free then?
What was the other thing you said?
So there's a bottle of mezcal, an unopened bottle of mezcal, and a 357 Magnum pistol.
What's the mezcal? Is that like a drink?
Yeah.
Booze.
Booze. I don't think we need that. I think the Magnum might come in handy for Luger.
Oh, come on, no booze. Yays.
It's even still got the worm in it.
No, I'll go for the Magnum.
The worm? The space worm?
The worm. Okay, so you can give us a strength check then, if you would. And Captain Luger, did you say you were using the cutting torch?
To start with, yes, to make an opening, and then I can use my hands to pull it open.
Okay, so you apply the cutting torch to it and instantly start searing and cutting through the flesh, and a huge rent opens up, pulled even wider by the weight of the fluid inside this thing, and what looks like must have been a person or the remains of a person that is almost completely liquefied, and there's bits of bone and tissue that just spills out onto the floor. There's like a splash, and it all just spills out onto the floor. You can add a stress to your character from that.
Okay. Like you said, I go, as I fall back a little bit, I kind of like look at my obviously slimy hands as I do that, and then kind of like turn away, and I go towards one of the other doors. I say, "It's not here," and go to one of the other alcove things, like you said, one of the other doors.
Okay, so yeah, there's two. There's one. You want to go on to the one that's closest to you, or the one that's closer to the original where you came in?
Close to me.
Okay.
Close to me.
Okay. And so, Dr. Light, you managed to break this pistol free of the resin that is encrusted and welded it to it, and managed to break off the rest of it. And you could check in it. It's despite all this, and despite it must be old, but despite all that, it still appears to be functional. It's got a full it's fully loaded.
Ooh, that's handy. No pun intended. Anything else around here? Is it just the
That is all that you can find that remains.
I will shout to Luger. Well, being a droid, they don't really shout, do that. Luger, where are you? I've got something for you. Luger.
I don't know if I'm there or not.
I don't know. 1 second, follow Luger as well. I just need to check if I might have forgotten something. Okay. I need to roll. It's two of those. So it's going to be two of those. That roll? What happened to that? Why didn't that roll? That didn't roll. Why didn't it roll? Roll away. No, that's broken. That's good.
Uh-oh.
Brilliant. Let's try it this way instead then. That doesn't really work either. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So what were you saying, sorry?
I was saying, Luger, where are you? Luger?
I don't know if I can hear you or not.
I don't know how to know the
This is
distance.
just as you're approaching that that door, which kind of like pops open.
Look, I'll stop and look round.
Luger, I've got something for you.
What?
This, look what I found. I got it for you. It's a Magnum gun. Looks old.
You see that I was quite excited when you said you got something for me. When you tell me it's a Magnum, I roll my eyes and kind of like just wave you away and go through the door.
Okay, so as you wave away and turn and go back through the door, just as you see three of those squid things. Remember the squid thing that the cat was carrying? You see three of these suddenly leap out of the darkness towards you.
Right.
Right. At the same time. Okay. At the same time, particularly as those the three of you outside in the hangar, you hear the sound, screaming sound of metal tearing, and you feel the whole station lurch as the entire station suddenly shudders and quakes. And you feel sudden G-force as your stomachs drop, and you're despite the 0 Gs, you're thrown across the hangar bay as a sudden gravity shear catches the station,
Right.
and the thrusters fire, trying to restabilize the station as it lurches towards the black hole. And you can all make a mobility check.
Whoa. Right.
Everybody outside as well?
Everybody must make a mobility check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we get any bonuses for having 0 G?
If you have 0 G, you get whatever bonus that would give you.
Oh god. +2.
Oh.
Okay, if you fail, you are slammed. The force of the sudden force of it slams you into a wall, and you take a point of damage. If you pass, you manage to like catch yourself and stabilize yourself. But the whole station lurches to one side, and you can hear, like I say, you feel it shaking, shuddering, the screaming of tearing metal, and we'll leave it there.
Oh!
Oh wow! I'm about to be eaten alive.
Yeah, so these things just like launch themselves, like three of these squid things launch themselves towards you.
They're not meant to do that.
You climbed into a mysterious alien asteroid's butthole. What are you expecting?
What's happening?
Someone got massive echo.
It must be from these voices.
From
In
space!
space!
Stop now.
Yeah, I don't know. I gambled on it being all right, and it's not all right.
You popped the Z.
I popped the Z, and I shouldn't have.
Right. It might be all right. You never know. No, we know, don't we? We really do know.
I'm going to hide in it. Hide in the flappy skin of this dead zit. And maybe it will not get us.
Nobody can see me here dangling in my space scrotum.
That's right, yeah. It's all gone a bit mothballed, this.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking
That's
myself.
very
It was
well
like,
thought, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, we've got
definitely.
pus and everything. It's great. And liquefied bodies and
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
it's taking a
Lee.
turn.
Wow.
Mysterious small baby aliens that explode, probably with the smell of chicken.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll leave it there.
Well, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. That was really cool.
Thank you
Apologise, I
for
was a little
running.
late, sorry.
You want, Andy?
I said I apologise, I was a little late.
No problem.
All right.
No, that's all good, man. We got there.
I
That was
apologise.
fun.
Just keep facing the microphone like you were doing then.
Yeah. Keep
I
missing.
You're perfectly clear then.
Yeah,
I
sorry, mate.
apologise for telling all the terrible jokes, he says, but he doesn't mean the word. You know, but-
There you go. Is that better?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Oh, well, it was.
Hey!
Oh,
I'm going to have to get a new mic, aren't I think?
well,
No, you just need to position it. That's,
Just
Yeah.
position it. Fine. Yeah.
yeah.
speaking to the mic, not to the floor.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was a lot of
Okay.
fun.
No,
Right,
sorry, go.
we are back. We will we'll carry on. Things have definitely taken a turn. So we've now got pus involved. What more could you want, eh?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go, folks. We'll be back with the next installment. So until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.